Yo, gang, giggity, gang, giggity, gang. It's your boy Trollbot, the EXE, the guy who hits degrees, and welcome back to Trollbot Studios. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Today, I am going to be hitting you with something different. This time, I'm going to be talking about my trip to Orlando, Florida. So, for this story, I'm gonna have to take you back to literally a week ago, if not more. And, as you figured by the date, your boy was taking a Christmas trip to Florida. Come on, this wasn't the first time I did this. Well, now that we cleared that up, then let's actually begin the story! So, as you already know at this point, it was Christmas Eve. Well, as early as 7 a.m. is. I got up and went to the airport. Fun fact, on my trip to Orlando, I really didn't have a plan on what we were going to do. Come at me in the comments. Anyway, when we arrived at the airport, we got our tickets and went to our gates. And guess what? Our flight was delayed an hour. Yeah, so during security, it somehow did not cross my mind to check my pockets for rocks, which there were inside. Luckily, they excused it. Yay. And now, back at our gates, the flight was delayed yet again from 9:47 to 11:17. We also had to move 2 gates down for some reason. After that was the final delay. Thank God! So we got on the plane and flew directly to Orlando. Now a difference between this and my past trip. During trip number 1, we had to fly through a connected flight to Atlanta. So as you guessed, we went to that airport, then went to Florida. And also, on the first trip, we went through Delta. But now, we flew Southwest. Southwest will be very important later in the story, as I will tell you why I will never fly them again. So, at the airplane ride, I felt so weird. And better yet, I was unlocking the 8 gates just to stay awake. Just to put that in perspective right there for you. So we land in Orlando and get out of this enormous airport. Like, there were different buildings for the different gates. Jeez, Atlanta's didn't even have those. Since our car was back home, we rode to the hotel through, you guessed it, a lift. So we get to the hotel, which was owned by Hilton. The hotel was Gucci, by the way. And can you tell me what's going on with their button layout for the different floors? Example being, our room was on the 14th floor. Well, not really, since the 14th floor was actually, ground, then lobby, then the 11th, then 12th, and 14th. So it was actually the 5th floor. What's going on with that, Hilton? What's going on with that? Let's discuss that. The hotel was great. So later in the day, we went to this place for dinner. Actually, it was inside one of Disney's areas. Only thing notable is they have shows run by the waiter, who will name Colin. Notable songs during the shows were like Let It Go, Sweet Caroline, and Under the Sea. I ate some chicken with fries, and then we left to go back to the hotel, and fast forward to tomorrow, where things start to get really interesting. So, the next day, which was Christmas Day, we went to Disney World, more specifically their Star Wars section. So, we rode a ride called the Resistance, and had to wait in the longest line ever. More specifically, the slowest. As we were in the middle, the intercom broke through and announced that the ride was broken. Why? At this moment, they announced it over and over and over again. In total, they announced it 7 times before letting us through. And from there, the line was smooth sailing. Overall, ride was pretty decent. we briefly exited the Star Wars section and rid on the Slinky ride, which had a long line too. Also, the line was a maze, or specifically a series of overly complicated mazes. Like, why would somebody design that? Anyway, ride was great. Then we rode the Star Tours. Great ride, and better yet, the line was good. Yay! We then leave to the hotel and eventually we go to sleep. The next day is getting back home. And the very reason I made this video. So come see part 2. Surviving Southwest. In the meantime, some quick announcements. So a lot of you pointed out to me that my opening and ending was too long. So I was thinking about shortening my ending. I'm not going to shorten my opening until the History of Dragon Ball series is completed. Also, my first game on Trollbot Gaming has been changed from Sonic Origins to World Box. So, be excited for that. In the meantime, later fools!